Good morning, everyone. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, is heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, then someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. Look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day.
Good morning. It's a lovely day in Middle Tennessee, and I trust it is where you are too. And my name's John McLean, and it's the privilege of my life that I get to be the minister at Unity of Nashville. We are not meeting face to face, we're meeting heart to heart. And there are a lot of things that are working for people, and so I'm glad that we're getting to fine-tune this experience and get better at it, so when we all gather back, we'll be able to continue to do this and be strong and competent and offer something meaningful for those that are at home. Unity is first and foremost a prayer ministry, and by your willingness to be here today, you are automatically a part of a field of grace that your intention creates. When one uplifting thought is experienced and expressed, it's experienced and felt by all. And I know that whether this is your very first time joining us, or if you've been here for many, many years, that there will be some uplifting word, an idea, a song lyric perhaps, or an image that might come to your mind during this experience that will be just for you. So we are very, very happy that you are here with us today. As I said, this is a prayer work, and we do have a prayer that I affirm, and others do with me at 9 o'clock every night and upon rising. And it's on your e-hymnal. It's called This Week's Prayer. And if you would like to say that with me, this is the best time to do it. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. And I know who I am and am totally committed to healing and to growth. And with trust and thanks, the people said amen. And now if you'd like to go to your keyboard or however you do that, let us know how you can pray for you. If you want to say hello to each other, please do that. I know that whatever prayer requests or gratitudes you do type in, that they are taken into our prayer work on Wednesday afternoons. And then I always send them on to Silent Unity, where they're held in prayer for an additional 30 days. So don't be shy. Let us know how we can be praying with you this week. The announcements that I have for you today are, our live stream is brought to you by the 12 Powers. And today's sponsor is the Power of Judgment, your ability to discern, evaluate, make decisions, and allow divine wisdom to flow through you. Your 12 powers are a gift from God, and they help you thrive in every area of your life. I'd like to remind you to read your MailChimps that go out, that you receive on Tuesday and on Friday. I know that they are very regular, and we may sort of skip some things, but do make sure that you read them. And again, if you want to join, for example, the Wednesday prayer group, there is a hot link which will allow you to go directly to that meeting if you click it on Wednesday at noon. When it says Wednesday noon prayer, there's a hot link right down there, and you can click right into that room. I wanted to bring your attention to that. And I happened to notice when I was looking at the band, I think Chris Croce has new Nikes. Does he have new Nikes today?
They're not new, but they haven't been worn in a while.
They haven't been worn in a while. They're very stylish, and they kind of work with what Brooke is wearing. So I think that's a very nice thing. And we have an update on our matching gift opportunity. So may I have the matching gift thermometer, please? We started this effort. We're going to get this right by the 4th week. I promise you that. We started this effort on Charles Fillmore's birthday on August 23rd. Last week we had a total of $8,000. This week, timpani, please. $14,410 in 2 weeks. You did it. You did it. We're halfway there. Now, that's the total as of Monday, during the day when Annette, our bookkeeper, is here. And I know that there are a lot of special envelopes in the office at this moment. So I think this 3rd week is going to be a big week. We have 4 weeks, as you remember. So I think we're going to get close this week. But the 4th week is always the tough one. So I know that we're going to make it. Thank you. And look how it is growing. And that is the $30,000 up there. And very, very exciting. It really is. It really is. And you are the best. Thank you. I know that I write this and I say this quite regularly, but of my years in the Unity and the New Thought movement, I believe that this particular church has a very important mission because we are in Middle Tennessee. And we do have a special charge to fulfill, and that it is a safe haven for those who've experienced church hurt, who are seeking a God of their adult understanding. It's a safe haven for reason and civility, where these doors have been open for 104 years, and all are welcome here without judgment or expectation. This is a very important and beautiful ministry, and I will thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting it the way you do. And I know that my heart, honest to gosh, is filled with gratitude. I know that I'm silly, but my heart is filled with gratitude. And so let's all enter into our gratitude practice. If you'd like to make a contribution, you can do that right on the Facebook page that you're looking at. And for those who continue to support us, who have not experienced financial loss because of quarantine, well, thank you. But keep your gratitude practice up and express some gratitude right now, won't you? to the God of our understanding, we thank you for all the blessings that we have in our lives, for the good, the health, the love, the right work, compassion, awareness. And we thank you in advance for all the good that is still coming to us in terms of encouragement and abundance of all kind. What a blessing it is to know how life works. And so it is. And amen.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Listen, gather round. I found something that you can use. And if you listen right now, I'm here to tell you you cannot lose. Oh, 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 a simple song, simple melody to remind you that you can be the greatest ever, defeated ever. Even though sometimes you may lose, yes you can. You can do anything if you try. Just try. Yes you can. But you have to believe and rely on what you have inside. You can make it through your trials, for your trials will just make you strong. You can do anything. Yes, you can. Oh, teach your children well. It's time to tell them just who they are. Train them as they go. Let them know that they can go far. Oh, 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 my brother, why do you wait? For tomorrow just might be too late. For God gave the provision, made the decision, yeah. You can do all things through your faith.
I believe Brooke when she sings that song. Sometimes I turn my mic off because I like to sing along, and I don't need you to suffer that. You can do anything too, you know. And that's not merely a self-help, new age, new thought, optimistic throwaway. You can do anything if you try, because you have been given by birth what you need to be the most extravagant expression of you that there could be on this planet. Many of us don't believe that, or are not told that or taught that, or receive conflicting messages, which is what happens most of the time. Sometimes we're told, well, you can do anything if you put your mind to it, and well, don't bother, there's too much competition. You know, we get these conflicting messages constantly, and they wear us down. But the truth, not the fact of the matter, the truth of the matter is that you can do anything, and yet we allow ourselves through the experience that we call life to lose faith in that truth, to lose hope. And in an effort to calm our spirits, we seek to other things which might either dull the pain or make life bearable. And then at some point we find we're in a deep hole. That happens to a lot. There is a way out of it, and it is the way of spiritual progress. It is a way of coming to an understanding, an adult understanding of what the nature of God might be and how you can use it. A willingness to tell ourselves the truth and to begin again. And then really continuing a program of generosity, which is what our generosity practice is all about. Very simple, yes? Easy, no. But very simple and straightforward. And for those who keep faith with the practice, miracles do happen. We're talking about this spiritual journey for the next many weeks. We started 3 weeks ago. This is our 4th week in giving an understanding of the 12 steps, usually the 12 steps of AA or any recovery group, but these are steps for all of us to reboot our lives, to get ourselves unstuck. The first step is that we have found that what we are so deeply involved in is not getting us what we want, and our life can be a mess, that we realize that we had been willful in many ways, and that wasn't working for us either. And then we made a decision to come into a deep sense of harmony, frankly, with the way of nature. The 4th step is inventory. The way it's written is made a fearless and searching moral inventory of ourselves. Well, ouch, I don't want to do that. Do I have to? Yes, you have to. You can't skip a step. In anything in life, you cannot skip a step. There is no such thing as going from novice to mastery without many years of being a journeyman. No such thing. This idea is actually supported by one of the very few prayers, quote unquote, that are used in 12-step work, and it's called the Serenity Prayer. I know everybody has heard it at one point or another in their lives. It originally came from Germany, and it made its way into the American vernacular. And it is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Well, there's a lot that goes on out in the world that we live in, that we work in, that we play in, that we suffer in. And we ask that whatever God is, to your level of understanding, that you have the peace of mind to accept the things that you cannot change, which is everything and everybody on planet Earth. As much as we like to think we are influential, you can't change anybody. I didn't have the privilege of raising a child, but we all know you cannot do anything for your child. You can't suffer for them. You can't help them not have life's experiences. You can support them, but you can't change. And when they get in trouble, you can't change them. They have to figure it out themselves. It is the way it is. The things I cannot change. How about this? The courage to change the things I can. Oh, who would that be? Me? Yeah, that would be me. I can change me. I can change my mind. I can begin to change my habits, which will result in an improved or transformed character. That is the way life works. You don't need to worry about knowing the difference between the two. If you assume the work I need that I get to do, I almost said need. The work I get to do is the work on myself, on my soul, on my mind, on my own consciousness. That's all. And that work is telling yourself the truth. Now, why is that important? We have two amazing thinkers on planet Earth who have given some insight into that. Carl Jung being one of them, one of the quotes that lingers on from his astonishing body of work in the realm of psychology. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Until we examine really at depth the constellation of beliefs that we have bought into and have internalized, and because we internalize them, they become our expectations and our behaviors. Until we really know what they are, we don't have an opportunity to begin to address it or to redirect that energy. And the same thing will happen over and over and over again, and you will say, well, isn't that the story of my life? Right? Well, yeah, it's your story and it's your life. So would you like to change your story? Because your story is creating and directing your life. That is the way it works, as within, so without, yes? And as above, so below. So you can do something about this. We can bring our ideas, our beliefs, our expectations, our secrets to conscious awareness and begin to evaluate them so they will no longer be the primary creative force in your life. This is powerful, powerful stuff, and it has never changed because Rabbi Jesus said the same thing 2,000 years before Carl Jung did. In the Gospel of Thomas, it is written, if you bring forth what is within you, Yes, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. It will be your end. You will be fighting a losing battle every minute of your life. Now, for most of us, that is simply holding other people responsible for our good or our problems. And if we keep blaming any condition as the reason that we can't do A, we can't do B, we can't do C, if we have any person we're holding responsible for that, you're never going to achieve A, B, or C. I think forgiveness, of course, is the key. Acceptance, willingness, forgiveness, surrender. All these things which we somehow are taught to be afraid of are symbols of weakness, but they are the ultimate strength. When you're adult enough to say, you know, whatever went on in my life before, it really did happen, and it was very, very formative, and I am in charge of me at this point. I remember when, I love this, it impressed me, when Oprah first was on television, so what is this, like 30 years ago? Something like that. There was some woman who was a guest of hers, and she said, you know, if you're out of your mama's house for 10 years, you can't blame your mama for your problems anymore. And I thought that was pretty good. You know, if you're 10 years off of your parents' payroll and you're out of their house, yeah, it's not their fault. Whatever it is, isn't their fault. Get a grip, move on. We used to call that tough love, didn't we? We don't use that expression anymore. But that's to yourself. And if you need to tell the same story decade after decade, and some of us, it's hard work. I get it. But it is something that is within, and it is not allowing you to move on. And it is not allowing you to be the fullest expression in life that you could possibly be. Great, big, huge, grown-up work. So how do you do this? I'm not going to go to a shrink. I'm not going to bend somebody. I'm going to tell the same old set. Yeah. You get yourself a piece of paper. You draw a line down the middle of the paper. On one side, you put a negative sign. What are those things that are in me that I keep pushing down, that I don't find a way to make peace with? In recovery world, we will call these fears. We will call them resentments. We will call them secrets. We will call them transgressions. Some can be pretty serious in terms of the law. Some might be personal abuse. But until we begin to process them with an open heart and a conscious mind, we will seek an outside substance or behavior to push the pain away, to get through another day. And then one simply needs to acknowledge that this happened, because transformation cannot happen until there is acknowledgement. This is even being spoken of right now. For the thoughtful folks that are writing about racial tension in America, until there is acknowledgement, can we begin having honest conversations. And until there's an acknowledgement of what I may have, where I've gone wrong and have abused my power, until we do that, then we can begin to do the work. What is not often mentioned in 12th Step, though, and it's what was critically important to me in the recovery of my life, is that we can have a lot of resentments, we can blame a lot of people, we can blame country, we can blame church, we can blame society, we can blame our whole lives. But I think that there's something ultimately way more important, totally important, to acknowledge shortcomings. But here's the thing. Until you admit and really get a grip on how decent, how creative, how unique, how bursting with potential you are, you're not going to express that either. Because when Carl Jung and Jesus and every writer in between have all commented on, they say that which is within, well, it may be secrets, but it also may be your beauty. It may be your perfection. It may be your one truly unique gift that this planet can be blessed by. And when we get in touch with that, then we can create an entire healthy and regret-free life. I think that most of us, most human beings, fly in under the radar, that we under-deliver in life. I believe it's what Thoreau meant when he said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. That they dare not be who they authentically are. That they have been taught to dare not to excel or to succeed or exceed other people's expectations, that there's a place for you and you belong here. I mean, we watched this for 12 years on Downton Abbey, right? I don't know what kind of craziness that English society is, but this person gets to be the boss of everybody, and this person can only be the cook, and she dare not think about anything else. Religion does that to us as well. Worm of the dust? I think not. Very God? So it is. How do you get into right relationship with that? This is key, critical, important work. So many of us begin to go astray when we are afraid of expressing ourselves. Artistically, philosophically, intimately, we are afraid of expressing ourselves. And yet what we can do now that we are grown-ups and we have the tools, you have all the tools, and we're giving them away for free here every Sunday. We have the tools. You don't need to suffer. Buddhists say pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Your choice. Get in touch with that of you that is seeking expression in the world. I can't tell it what it is. For for you. Nobody knows what it is. Only you know. And this idea was given voice by Marianne Williamson. Now, this is probably like 85, 86, 87, and we all know this as well, but it's worth repeating in this context. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We're born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. There's something in you that is saying, yes, that must be true. I know there is. And yet there's something in you, there's another voice in you that might be saying, I know that there is something special in me, like I get that idea, but I don't know what it is. Well, this is your opportunity to begin the process of liberation. The process from getting stuck. I'm doing the Moses thing here, you know, from being stuck in Egypt to go into the promised land. From being stuck, embarrassed, whatever, to your fullest expression. This is so important. And I feel so good that we're part of a tradition, a teaching tradition that affirms this consistently and persistently. And for those who have small children, it's so important that they get a head start by knowing that. Dave, would you? Breathe deep. I'm trying to think of something poetic and yet a line from one of Tina Turner's songs is coming to me, where she sings, I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really want to fight no more. It's time for letting go. So let go of the judgment, self-judgment, and judgment of others. Let go of the need to be right and the need for someone else to be wrong. But be at home with yourself. Be peaceful. Be content knowing that you are a child of the universe. There's no good, better, best in creation, is there? When we look at things as they really are, and every person as they are or could be if they remembered, we will find that it's all a miracle. And here we are, with the ability to do something powerfully healing, powerfully creative, powerfully generous to life. And in that giving, experience the promise of living fulfilled. Who are you, really? Contemplate that as we support each other for a half a minute in the silence together now. Deep cleansing breath. Fill yourself to capacity with the gift of clean air. And know who you are. For there is one mind, and that mind is God's mind, and that mind is my mind too. There is one power, one presence that is expressing everywhere all at once, and it expresses in me and as everything in my life. And so I come into, at long last, the deep sense of accord with the way, with the plan for the universe, never fighting, always creating. And I find my right place in it with ease and grace. Ease and grace. I accept myself and everyone, every living thing in every possible aspect of this manifest world as awesome, as whole and good. And I will not quarrel with any of that anymore. With trust and deep thanks, I'll say amen to that. Thank you for being with us today. Your presence helps us to shape and give and receive this experience. And I'll thank you for your practice, because keeping this commitment is important spiritual practice, and it makes a difference in your life and in our lives as well. I know that fellowship happens when we encourage each other on our journeys. Make sure you check in with someone this week and let them simply know that you support them, that you support their worthy ambitions. And in closing, as always, I'll say, you pray for me and I'll pray for you, because that's just what God's children do. And until I see you again next Sunday morning, let's say the prayer for protection for those who are in life's shadows or suffering. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. For wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God bless you, friends. Let's sing the peace song.